What's up, guys? Welcome to Take a Breather episode 8. Today we're going to talk about answering the call. We also have a song of the day, joke of the week, as always. A guest speaker this week. I'm excited about her. She's pretty cool. Stay tuned. What's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning into the show. This week's song of the week is The Search by NF. If you haven't heard of NF, first of all, you need to get with the times. Second of all, you'll be mind blown. He's a Christian rapper. He shares a lot of his stuff about his deep and personal life, which is something that a lot of rappers kind of shy away from, but he does that very well. I'll put the link in the description so you can go check it out after the show. Check him out, The Search by NF. We'll move on from there. Our guest speaker of the week, you know her very well. I know her very well. I've known her for my entire life. She's the best babysitter in the entire world. She is a connoisseur of fried pickles, and she's one of the funniest people I've ever known in my entire life. You know her very well, Natalie Greenwell. Natalie, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I got to sleep in, so I am doing extra good.
Well, that's good. How's life in New York City?
Life in New York City, it is going. It is not somewhere I think I would ever move, so you guys don't have to worry about me moving up here because you know I like to do that a lot. But it's going. I think things are going better. It changes on the daily, so not too bad for today.
So what does your average day look like up there in New York?
My average day, we go to the facility. I wake up around 4:30 in the morning. For those who know me,
4:30.
right?
Ugh, that's rough.
No, probably don't believe me, but I get up around 4:30. We catch the bus by 5:30. Start work around 5:45, 6. I'm in the pharmacy, so right now it's just pretty much problem solving. We got all the drugs done and everything. It's just fixing issues, problems, doing whatever needs to be done. I'm really not even doing that much of pharmacy tech work, more logistics, but wraps up around 6 p.m. We don't leave till 6:45, so it's about a 13, 14-hour day. And then I come back home and I crash.
That sounds pretty miserable. So when do you when you go into your office, or do you have an office, or what is this? What's it like?
So I'm working in a cinder block room with a couple of windows off of a loading dock.
All right.
It's pretty much like a jail cell.
Yeah, it sounds like a jail cell. Sounds like a prison. This place is a prison!
I mean, some days it feels like it.
So, okay, well, that's good. So do you have any off days?
I have had one off day since I've started about 3 weeks ago, but I sometimes will take a half day like I'm doing today.
Okay.
So I think things are evening out, so I should get an off day here soon. I think I'm going to actually escape from the city for the day.
Where do you go for that?
I don't know. I will find a way.
All right, well, I mean, you could just go just in an alley. I heard alleys are a good place to hang out in New York.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
The darker, the better.
And it's been great knowing you guys.
Yeah, there's some guy in the box like, hey, this is my alley.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. So I started out in Manhattan on Wall Street, and it was actually a lot scarier since everything shut down than it is here out in Queens. So, yeah, I prefer Queens right now.
So you're
at least
Queens.
I can walk from the facility. I am in
What's
Queens.
What's the difference between Queens and Brooklyn and all that stuff?
So there's 5 different boroughs in New York City. They've got Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Long Island, and Manhattan.
Okay.
So, and actually, I have sent my address to a couple people, and yes, I am working out of Corona Park, New York. That is the name of the city where we are.
I feel like this is a conspiracy theory, and it all started in Corona Park, and they just sent you to the epicenter, ground zero, Corona Park.
Seriously, we rode up the first day. I was like, is this some kind of sick joke? Because it's not funny.
Right? I mean, It's a little funny.
It is sort of funny.
Just kind of funny. Just not
Yeah,
ha
so that's
ha
the
funny. More
spot.
like, oh, Corona Park, wow.
And I tell you what, the Corona pizza place is amazing.
Do you eat there?
Yeah,
Did
a
they? So
lot.
did they like have some business decline because of their name?
Probably not because we keep them in business because the food we get sort of catered ish at work is disgusting.
Ooh. It's like
But
cardboard
yeah,
pizza, like high school.
so no, this is good pizza. They've got wings. You all would think that I'm gaining weight up here, but I have not. I do eat a lot
Oh,
of this food. It's amazing, but
once we
they
open
keep
back
me
up,
busy.
I'm gonna eat so much terrible food. I mean, I kind of
I
already
can't
do
wait for
anyways, but
Mexican. I can't wait for
oh,
Mexican.
Puerto Vallarta, they have the best chips and salsa, and it's just not the same if you don't go in and eat all their chips. Because you
That's
eat the
that's
chips and
my
salsa
favorite
as a
Mexican back
meal,
home.
and then once you're done with the meal, you can go on and you can save your whole meal for home because you just filled up on chips and salsa.
But here's the thing. So I ordered Seamless the other night. I've never felt like a real New Yorker until I downloaded my Seamless app. And there is a place called La Cuca that sells authentic Mexican and authentic New York pizza. I'm not sure how they do it, but it is amazing.
Hmm, that's pretty
It's so
interesting.
good.
I once made a fajita burger. You ever had that?
Yes, they're delicious.
It's fire. So like you get like the patty and put some taco seasoning on it, and then you like
Hmm.
grill some veggies on it, and then you put that on the burger and put some queso, and then the broche buns.
That sounds like something Anna would make. Does she
That's
make
something
that?
I made it. Yeah, I made it for Josh and
Oh,
Ash. Dude, I'd be throwing down in the kitchen. People be like, "Oh, Anna's the cook in that house, and she can cook." Don't get me wrong, but I'd be throwing down too. I make this.
Anna cooks the healthy stuff.
Yeah, she cooks the stuff that's good for you. I cook the stuff that makes you sluggish and makes you hate yourself afterwards.
That's okay.
And that's how
I'm
that
really
goes.
getting hungry
I make
now.
a garlic parmesan pasta, and it is awesome.
That sounds really good too.
Oh, it is. Whenever you come back, we'll have to have it. Well, anyways, enough about food
Absolutely.
because I clearly don't need any more of that. So there was a spot when God grabbed the attention of Moses, and it was the burning bush. And Moses was actually doing his thing, kind of he was tending to his father-in-law's flock actually, when all of a sudden he saw this burning bush, and it totally captured his attention. So my question to you is, what was the point in this whole COVID-19 pandemic? What was the point that captured your attention, and what was the point where God grabbed you and said, "Hey, this is what I want you to do"?
Um, I don't really know exactly the exact point, but I mean, I was still working at my current job. They were laying people off. I was lucky to still have my job, but something was just telling me like your skills could be used up in New York. I was starting to watch Governor Cuomo's daily briefings along with Andy Bashir's every day, and it just I felt like God had prepared me to go do something like this for, 15 years of working in pharmacy and working in the ER with some amazing pharmacists and, going on codes in the hospital and all that sort of thing. And I am not saying my job back home was not important because it so is, and I love it, and I hopefully will
Right.
get to return. But at that time, that's sort of where God had led me professionally, and I know that my services were better suited up here than probably anywhere.
That's fair.
So yeah,
So you said you don't know when exactly you're coming home. Is there any ideas or any talk in the office, or like, what do you guys think? And any ideas?
it's like a daily. I'm not even gonna say daily. It's an hourly changing thing. I
Okay.
feel like I signed up for the military, honestly, but
All right.
May
Fair enough.
31st was on my contract. It could be sooner or later.
Okay.
They have sent some people home just because the way the whole way the facility set up with hospital system of New York is just sort of redispersing people.
Okay.
But um, I should be at our facility, which is actually a tennis facility that they've made into a hospital. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm guessing probably the end of May, maybe sooner, maybe later. But I'm just
Cool.
gonna stay up here until they kick me back to Kentucky.
Fair enough. So you said about a calling. or like you felt called? Like what did that feel like, or how did you know it was something from God and not just a spur of the moment thing?
I don't know. I prayed a
Or do
lot
you have
about.
doubts about that still? I mean, I would have doubts about that still. I have doubts about my
Oh,
calling. Maybe my calling is just stuff that I'm really interested in.
absolutely, absolutely. Did I have doubts? I thought it was maybe another rash decision I was making. Um, I talked about it with some friends and some friends who I really hold close and value their opinions and that really know me well. And they all sort of said the same thing. It's no different than you wanting to go to Honduras or you wanting to volunteer back home to take care of people. Like, that's just sort of you. And I'm like, yeah, it is me, but I also want to make sure I'm not, you know, gonna go up there and die.
Fair
Um,
enough. Fair enough.
when my flight was taking off from Louisville, I actually just started bawling on the plane because I was so scared. Um, it became real at that point. I applied. They contacted me on a Thursday, and I flew out Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So it was very quick.
Gotcha. So talking about fear, because that's actually part of the next question, I guess. I mean, what did you have any fears that really like entered your mind, or any fears that really almost made you not go, anything like that?
Yeah. Um, I think a lot of people would mostly be scared of the virus itself, contracting that or something. That actually was not my fear. Not to say that it wasn't a worry, but I felt, that could happen anywhere, honestly. People in the grocery store, you could catch it. You could catch it anywhere.
Yeah.
My greatest fear was just that my body would give out. The contract was for 12 and a half hours a day for 7 days a week until practically for 2 months. And those who know me know I'm not in the best of shape. And so I got frank with a friend and she's like, "What are you scared about?" And I was like, "I'm scared my body's going to give out." And like, that's the only thing I can pray about right now is that my body holds up so I can serve. And it has.
Fair enough.
I've had 3 knee surgeries and I'm sore, but
Right.
it's a lot different than I expected. So God is definitely taking care of me on that.
Good stuff. Good. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I think there's definitely fears with any calling you have. I think back to some of the callings that I've had, like law enforcement or even youth ministry. There was
exactly.
points when I was going towards law enforcement where I quit jobs just so I could keep chasing that dream, and I don't know where money's going to come from. I have no clue what's next. I have no clue what's going to happen, and
Absolutely.
you kind of just got to trust him and trust that he's going to provide for you some way. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I think fear for sure, but I think fear can hold you back in a lot of ways, and it's definitely important to make sure you kind of keep that in check and bring it all to God, because if you don't, then
Yeah. I mean,
it's just
anything
gonna
he's brought
win.
me through now,
Yeah,
he's going to look after me. I mean,
yeah.
maybe this might have been my last hurrah. I did have a living will. It's still at home. But
I better be in that.
I
Did I
do
get?
what?
I better be in that. What can I
I
take you some
mean,
fried pickles or something?
yes. When I get home, we are having fried pickles.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. That's a fact.
with lots of ranch. Absolutely.
All right.
But
That's where I
yeah,
lose
so
you.
I mean, but
Ranch is
it's,
gross. It's the most overrated condiment on the face of the earth.
God made ranch.
No, Satan made ranch. It's a fact.
Anyways, but
Anyways, I
yeah.
guess we'll move on from there. Was there ever a point in your situation where you felt like God was telling you, "I'm in control. I got you in the palm of my hands"? And I guess what did that feel like? How did that happen?
Yeah. When I was taking off, I was bawling. And I don't know. When I got to New York, I was scared. But ever since I got here and really got in like 2 or 3 days, I've been a lot calmer. I don't really have, I have fears, but not, I don't know how to explain it. I don't
Yeah.
feel
It's
like
not
I worry
overwhelming
every day.
fear. Okay.
It's not. It's gone. And when I was leaving, they told me on a Monday, they're like, or it was Sunday evening, I would happen to be with Josh and Ashley and we were going to do a prayer. And they called, they're like, "Okay, well, you're heading out tomorrow or Tuesday." I was like, "I don't have a plane ticket."
It's like,
Like, would you like to send me my plane ticket first? Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
scary.
just that was very scary. And I had to trust that God knew what he was doing because, I'm very headstrong and I like to plan everything.
No
But
way. You, of all
But this is
people?
just, I know. But it's really, and there's, every day some people get sent home, and I'm like, did I come up here? Am I doing what I'm supposed to? Like, am I going to get sent home next? And then I just stopped worrying. Like, if God needs me up here, he'll have me up here. If not, I'll go home.
Right.
And so, yeah, he's definitely calmed my fear since I've got up here.
Good. Good stuff.
And
Good
I've
stuff.
gotten a lot of love from people back home.
Well, that's good. That's always good to hear. I
Yeah.
know, we love talking to you. Millie loves seeing you. Millie loves, like, FaceTiming people. For some reason, like, you FaceTime anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. She's like, oh, like,
She's
you
so
see
cute, and I
this?
can't wait to squeeze her when I get back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
miss
it'll be
her.
good. For sure. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. I
Yeah.
suppose we'll go ahead and, yeah. I suppose we'll go ahead and wrap up here. Last thing I want to ask you, is there any way we can support you, anything you need, any way we can help you? And then also, is there any way we can pray for you?
Definitely keep the prayers coming. Just that, we're able to help people. I'm proud to say that we are having discharges at the hospital. And, I was on the phone with somebody yesterday that was in what we call the hot zone where the patients are, because, I'm back in a cinder block room. And I heard people cheering and stuff. And I was like, is that what I think it is? And they're like, yeah, somebody's getting discharged.
That's good.
And so there's a lot of death, but there's also a lot of healing going on. And just continue to pray for our patients. A lot of our patients are homeless. We're getting a lot of, alcoholics, drug addicts,
Yeah.
homeless. And so that we can just show them care and love while they're there. And just
Okay.
remember, that thing that we took when we decided to go into healthcare to, you know, status doesn't matter, and that they
Good
just
stuff.
get the best care that we can give them.
Okay.
So yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Well, you answered part of it. Then you skipped the rest of it. Is there anything you need? Stop having a servant's
I
heart,
mean,
Natalie.
I know. I don't like this. This is weird.
It is weird. This is my
So,
second interview, and I still have no idea what I'm doing. So, you know, you gotta do it.
honestly, I know because of our population that we're serving, we could possibly use clothes donations or like toiletries.
Okay.
I'm not really totally for sure on that yet, but I can get back with you guys.
Okay. Yeah, do that. Let me know. And if we can help out, we'll do whatever we can.
Absolutely. But just, try to pass it forward. I know some people have paid for my dinner up here, which is crazy.
Good.
It was very sweet, but just know that I'm tipping big and I'm tipping our Uber drivers big.
Good. Good
So
stuff.
just everybody pass it on. If you can help wherever you are,
Oh, for sure.
because
Yeah,
we're
I
all
agree.
feeling some sort of way.
Yeah, and I think for the church especially, I think this has kind of been a wake up call for a lot of churches of, hey, if you haven't served before, you've kind of been lacking in the service department. Now's your chance to really step up.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we had to look at within our own church. Um, Love our church, but
And it
we have
doesn't
our
have
own
to be like
faults.
official either.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just go out and serve. That's something like with
Yeah.
this show. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just talking on a camera, and
Exactly.
hopefully, you learn as you go. And you look at this video versus video numero uno, and it's already massively better. Was that how
We
you would say
might
that?
get two
Massively better.
viewers.
We
We
might get
might get
we might
two
get
viewers.
three. Three would be if we got 3 views. I would be like, oh.
But please, here is my plead.
All right, let's hear it.
Y'all need to stay at home still, okay? Stay at home.
Fair enough. Fair
I'm
enough.
not playing.
I'll
I flew
stay at
all the
home.
way up here, and there are people out in the park, and I just want to get a mega horn and start yelling at them, "Go home, go
I
home."
actually go to Walmart and I'll come up to people and right in their nose.
I can't stand you.
You love me and you miss me.
I do love and miss you. I do.
Anywho,
But yes,
go ahead.
don't think it's all over, people. That is my only plea. It's not. So just be careful. Okay,
Fair
I'm
enough.
done. I'm off my
Well,
soapbox.
Yeah, I'll take the soapbox back. It's
Okay,
my
thanks.
soapbox. I'm angry you stole it. Just playing. Anyways, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Natalie, we love you. We'll be praying for you. I'll check in on the toiletries and supplies and stuff. And if you need anything, if you need more meals, if seriously whatever you need, call us. Anything
I
at
will.
all.
Thank
We love you,
you,
tons.
Luke. I love you guys. I miss you all so much.
We love you too.
I like what I'm doing up here, but I'm ready for people to get better so I can come home.
I know, I'm ready for people to get better so I can hug them again.
Right?
And like high
It's been a
fives.
while since I've hugged somebody.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
All right.
Anyways,
Love you
girl.
guys. Bye.
Bye. So speaking of answering the call, as Christians, we all have a calling to bring people to Christ. That's our mission. As a matter of fact, right before Jesus went up to heaven, in Acts 1 verse 8, we see that he says, "You will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, in all Judea, and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth." And we're a part of that. And the beauty of that is that you don't have to just be a minister or a youth pastor or a preacher to spread the word of God. I can minister to people as a youth minister. I can minister to people as a deputy sheriff. She clearly ministers to people as a medical worker. Some people minister to other people as a teacher or as lawyers or people who work at a gas station. You can minister to people anywhere you are. And that's such a great thing. And so my question to you is, what is God calling you to do? What is he wanting you to do? What does he have planned for your life? What does he have planned for you this next week? What is God wanting you to do? How is God trying to capture your attention? In what ways is God trying to capture your attention and pull you away from all of life and say, hey, this is what I need you to do? You see, as Christians, that's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to make sure we listen for the Word of God and make sure we listen for what God wants to do. We need to be walking by the Spirit or walking with the Spirit so that the Spirit can guide us throughout all of life. And that's such an important factor of this. Thank goodness we don't all have to be ministers or pastors to minister to people. You have that responsibility. It's your opportunity to do it at home, do it at school, do it with your friends. You can do this wherever you go, and that's your responsibility. The only question is, what are you going to do with it?